Hey guys, it's Jen, and I'm here today to do a book haul. And I actually got these books kind of a little while ago. I've just been really busy and kind of lazy. I keep saying I'm gonna make this video and then I don't, and so I'm trying to get around to it. So the first book I got is from Barnes and Noble, and that is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. And I heard a lot of really great things about this book. I haven't really heard any bad reviews, or, I haven't heard anybody talking about how they didn't like it. It's just one of those books that it seems like everybody likes. So I thought it would be good to pick it up, and I had one of those discount coupons plus membership discounts. So, usually I'll only pick up hardcovers when I have a discount because they're so expensive. But, so probably mostly everybody knows what this book is about, but it's a retelling of Cinderella, and the story revolves around a 16-year-old girl named Cinder. But, well, she's actually not really a girl, she's a cyborg. And I was reading the flap, it sounds like she has this thing for the prince, and then there's like this plague that's going around, and her younger stepsister gets it, and then they want to use her Cinder for research on the plague, and I guess it's just kind of a story of like Cinder's life and her trying to get to know the prince, sort of. I don't know, and I think there's like some things about like some secrets. The scientists discover something unusual about Cinder. So yeah, it sounds really interesting, and like I said, I heard really good things about it. So that's the first book that I got. That's Cinder, which I got from Barnes and Noble. Then I got some books at a bargain bookstore that I found near me. They had some, they were okay deals, better than getting the books at like Barnes and Nobles or a bigger bookstore like that. So the first book that I got from there is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra, Clare, and this is the first book in the Infernal Devices series. This series takes place before the Mortal Instruments series, and I absolutely love that series. I'm not up to date. I've only read the first 3 books, but I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to read the 4th and 5th book. So I figured, if I love them so much, it would make sense to read the other series, and I actually heard a lot of people say that they think this series is better. So I'm really excited to start reading that, and I was reading the back. It talks about a girl named Tessa, and then it seems like she meets 2 best friends, James and Will, and it kind of makes it sound like it's going to be a love triangle. So, yeah, I'm excited to read that. The next book I got from this place is Fury by Elizabeth Miles, and I haven't heard a lot about this book. Like, I have seen it before, but I haven't really heard too many reviews about it. So I was reading the inside flap, and it takes place in Maine. It looks like it focuses on a girl named Emily, and then she has a crush on this guy, and she's excited because the guy finally starts noticing her, but the problem is that his girlfriend is her best friend. And then it looks like it also talks about a guy named Chase, and then it says, in Ascension, mistakes can be deadly, and 3 girls are here to choose who will pay. So those 3 girls would be the Furies, which I don't know a lot about mythology, but I looked it up, and the Furies are usually 3 women goddesses who punish people for their crimes. So, yeah, I mean, it was $5. It's hardcover, so that's probably a pretty good deal. On the back it says it's originally $17.99. So it looked good, and they didn't have like a huge young adult selection, so I kind of was like taking whatever I saw that looked interesting, and I really like the cover. I love her hair. I know my video quality is not that great, so you can't really tell like the awesome color of her hair, but I really like it. The next book I got is Wither by Lauren DeStefano. And I heard a lot of mixed reviews about this book. It seems like people either really love it or they really hate it, so I'm curious to see what I think about it. This was also $5, originally $9.99, so it's like half price, which is pretty good. So reading the back cover, it talks about genetic engineering, and all males die at the age of 25 and females die at the age of 20. And then it says young girls are kidnapped and sold as brides to bear more children, and it follows the story of 16-year-old Ryan and pretty much her trying to escape, and it seems like she meets a guy. Which isn't that how all the books go? Love story, adventure. But yeah, I think it sounds interesting, so we'll see what I think about it. And I think their sequel is out, which is Fever. And I'm not sure if the third book is out yet, but it says trilogy, so that means there's 3. Next book I got is Envy by Gregg Olsen, and I haven't heard much about this book, really nothing, but the cover is awesome. It looks really creepy, and especially with it being the month of October, which is my very favorite month. I love Halloween. I think this would probably be a good book for me to read this month because it looks kind of creepy. And so reading what it's about, there's a girl that dies named Caitlin, and they don't really know what happened to her. They don't know if it was a suicide or a murder. And then there's 2 twins named Haley and Taylor, and they're pretty much trying to discover what happened to Caitlin. It doesn't say if it's like somebody that they're friends with, they went to school with, or like how they know the girl. But yeah, it's kind of like a mystery, and they don't know how she died. So I like mysteries. And it actually says that it's inspired by a true crime about cyberbullying. So that's cool that it's kind of like based on a true story. I don't know like how much of it is actually real, but that's cool. And I think that I actually saw the second book to this in Barnes & Noble when I went the other day. So I guess it's a series. I didn't know that. But yeah, I really like the cover. So I'm excited to read that. And the last book that I got from the bargain bookstore is Joker by Elizabeth Woods. And I haven't heard a lot about this book, but I did see it reviewed on Raylene's channel at Padfoot and Prongs, and she really liked it, so I'm sure if she likes it, that I would like it too. And the story focuses on 16-year-old Carol Ange and pretty much how much her life sucks after she moves away from her best friend Zoe. And she has a crush on this guy Ethan. And again, there's always a crush, a love interest. And well, it says the book is called Choker because that people tease her at school. They call her that based on some incident that happened in the cafeteria. And then Kara comes home one day to find Zoe waiting for her, and that seems really great. They can be friends again. Everything's exciting. But then some weird things start happening. There's a girl that goes missing, and nobody knows what happened. Everybody's a suspect. And then she starts to get suspicious of her friend that just moved back because she doesn't really know. She just kind of came back, showed up at her house one day, and doesn't know what happened. So it sounds like it's kind of like suspense thriller, but I can't really tell what type of genre it's supposed to be. If it's supposed to be suspenseful, what happened to this missing girl and what's going on with her friend, or if it's just a contemporary read about friendship and her love interest. That I want to say it's suspense, which I kind of hope because that's the kind of stuff I like, but I can't really tell from reading the cover. But I think it'll be good, and it was $4 and originally $9.99. So again, good deal. And then the last book that I got is actually on my Kindle. It's Hourglass by Myra and McEntire. And I haven't heard a lot about this book, but I heard a few things, but not a ton. I heard that it was good. And it was really cheap, a cheap deal, $1.50 or something on the Kindle. So I was oh, that's really good for a book that I had actually heard of. So I decided to get it on my Kindle, and it sounds like it's a ghost story. It's about this girl who's been seeing apparitions, and then she wants it to stop. She doesn't like it. So her brother calls in this investigative department type business, and it's kind of just like them trying to like help her, I guess, not see the apparitions anymore. But then like the guy that's helping her is kind of suspicious, and I guess like she learns new things about like why she sees these apparitions, and that, I think that sounds really good. I like ghost stories. I don't think it's supposed to be like scary, but like it's still cool. Like I like the whole ghost aspect of it, and it didn't really sound like there's like any romance in it. It was like, I guess of all the books like I was reading the summaries of, it's the only one that like didn't really mention a romance. I don't have a problem with romance. It just kind of seems like every single book there's always romance, and I'm just kind of like, can there ever just be like a book that's just an adventure and like dystopian and all about like the world and like, or your like family or anything like that? Just like I'm sick of everything being about romance. But anyway, so those are the books I got, and I actually got them like I said a little while ago, so it's not really like a new book haul. So hopefully I'll be getting some new books. I went to Barnes and Noble yesterday. I wasn't looking for a book. I was actually looking for DVD. But I saw like all these books I wanted. It's crazy. Like I probably could have bought like 20 books, and I was like, Jen, I was like, just walk out now. Like I just decided not to get anything because I could spend so much money, and I have such a hard time deciding between things. Like I'm like, all right, well, like I'll just let myself buy 2 or 3 books, but then how do I decide between like 20 or 30 things I want? Like which 2 or 3 are the good ones to get? So yeah, I just decided not to get anything. I know that's kind of sad. But yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed my haul, and if you guys read any of the books that I mentioned, leave your opinions in the comments below. I love to hear from you guys. Bye. Thanks for watching.